So, Beverly, thank you for accepting my invitation to be interviewed.
Of course.
And so, the first question I want to ask you is today's 50s are yesterday's 40s, as they say. And what does being in your 50s mean to you?
Well, I don't feel like I'm in my 50s. I feel like I look younger than I do, but 50s are great. Like you said, it's like the new 40. So when you think of it that way, well, I'm not so old. But it's just a time I think that most women really come into themselves and get more confident. And it's just, I think it's great. I have no problem telling people my age, being in my 50s.
At this age, women go through many transitions, many major transitions: parents' death, separation, divorce, menopause, widowhood, and you name it. And all these may be turning points in a woman's life, and in any case, they affect her life a lot. Has there been any major turning point in your life?
Well, there's been a few. Both of my parents passed away in the same year, and that was tough. But it made us decide that we would make a big move and move down to Florida to be closer to one of our daughters. But, the other big thing is, I've had some health issues which never would have thought had happened to me, and it's really made me turn to my inner strength so that I can get through it all. And, of course, I've had amazing people helping me through it. But, everybody has things in life, like you said, the menopause and all that stuff. But it's, I think the death of my parents and then my health issues is what's been the biggest turning point in my life in my 50s.
But they made you stronger.
Oh, yes, very much.
And what does starting from scratch or reinventing yourself may mean for a 50-year-old woman?
Well, it is hard when you get in your 50s if you are just in the working world and want to change professions, because sometimes people will look at you like, oh, she's in her 50s and, you can retire at 65. So, I just don't even hire her. Let's look for somebody younger. But then again, they're also looking at more mature women because we are working longer. Our kids are usually grown. We've got plenty of time, and we're settled. So, I do think women, can change their path in life because, we are living longer and most of the time we're very healthy. So, I think it can be done.
You've changed careers in your life and you now run a successful online business. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I was a school teacher, taught kindergarten through third grade for 20 years. Loved it. I was great at it, and enjoyed the children. And then I was able to stop. And, for a while I didn't really work. But then, I have started an online business. It has to do with technology. I love it because I'm a relationship person. I like to talk to people. And that's what kind of business mine is. You have to have good relationships with people so that they want to join you and be part of your business. And I like helping others. So, my business is in the network marketing field, and it's fun because when you help other people, they'll be successful, which in turn helps yourself. So I think nowadays, especially for women, we're good at relationship marketing. So if they are ever looking for something like that, a network marketing business is amazing.
When you start a new business and a new venture as a person, there are, I'm sure, certain personal characteristics that, may be more helpful in starting this new path. Which would you say are the characteristics of a more mature woman that, can be particularly helpful when starting a new venture or a new business?
Well, I can speak for myself and some of my friends. I think we get more confidence as we get older. We don't let little things bother us like we used to when we were younger. So I think that confidence gives us the ability to be able to do anything we want to do and be able to start a new business at that age. to me, it all boils down to confidence and more maturity, and just don't care what other people think as much as you did when you were younger.
All right. And what do you think can be the major obstacles, both inner obstacles and, external ones, a woman has to face when she's starting a completely new career or a completely new business in her 50s?
Well, sometimes, people, like businesses, may look at a 50-year-old woman and think, well, she's changing her career, she's in her 50s, probably going to want to retire at 65, and maybe they don't want to go through all that and train them and everything. But, people are working longer nowadays because they have to, or because they want to, because it keeps them young. So I guess the only thing that would be tough is if you had someone that was just a little concerned about you being in the 50s. But to me, we're settled in our 50s. Our children are grown. We may have grandchildren, but it's not like we have that many responsibilities that would keep us from being successful if we wanted to be.
And if you were to advise a woman in her 50s who wanted to start her own business, what would you suggest to her?
Well, to follow her passion, because if you're really passionate about a certain area of work, that's where you're going to be the most successful. If you get into something you just kind of like, you probably will not be happy, and if you're not happy, you won't be successful. So I would just tell them to follow their passion and think about starting their own business, especially like a network marketing business, to go, kind of go along maybe what they're doing now, and eventually, if they work hard, that will develop and make more money than what their job is giving them.
I believe that if you want to feel fulfilled and happy about your life, you have to find a balance between your physical life, so your body, your mental, and your spiritual life. What do you do to find or to keep this balance in your life?
Well, I have a very strong spiritual life, so I do a lot of praying. I do devotionals. My husband and I do devotionals together, and I just rely on putting my faith that God's going to take care of me, take care of my life, and then of course I do my best to take care of myself physically. But like I said, with some health issues, that's kind of been a little tough lately, but it's getting better. So but mainly the spiritual is what helps me.
We've been speaking a lot about starting a new career, a new business. You are quite successful in what you're doing now, but success means several things, not just your professional success. So what does success mean to you?
Well, I feel successful because I've raised two beautiful children that are doing well in life. I feel successful because I have a wonderful marriage to a great guy. And, I'm successful because I believe in myself. I believe I can do what I need to do to make things work in my life. And I do my best not to let others get me down, even though sometimes it happens. It's just human nature. But I like to be an inspiration to people and help others. So, success to me combines lots of different things.
Great. And in your experience, what can be the number one secret for the 50 and beyond phase in life for a woman, especially for a woman?
Yeah. The first thing I would suggest every woman is to take care of their physical body, because we want to grow old gracefully. I've seen women from healthy to unhealthy in their 50s, and some of them look like they're in their 30s, some look like they're in their 70s. So really get a good exercise routine and healthy eating, because you don't want to be a crippled older woman. And then also just believe in yourself and know that you can do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it. And the next thing is have some close girlfriends, because even though you may be married, it's just having a girlfriend that you can confide in and do things with, I think, is the best thing you could do.
Yeah, I also like to have girls' nights or girls' aperitifs. I think it's very, very important in a woman's life to share time, experiences, thoughts, feelings, crises. With girlfriends. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you for your experience, and thank you for being with me.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Viola.